Hey guys, welcome to another session of Epic 7. So if you've been following my videos and you're like, whoa, Jagan, you got a haste? Jagan, you got a Challenger Dominio? No, I didn't. So my friend Terror has allowed me to log into his account, so really thank you for that, trusting me to log in his account, because to me, in our whole guild and our whole Discord, he has the best account right now, like with the best units, the best gear. One thing I actually want to know before we look into the gear, dude, is I want to look at his journal. So he said he has either all the 5-star natural 5-star units, or he has almost all of them. I know he doesn't have all the Moonlight ones, but all the non-Moonlight ones. I want to see this. Wow, 100 units. So this is definitely like flexing his account, and I'm proud to flex it. Alright, so Cecilia, Kisei, Mildred, Charlotte, Bal, and Cezanne, Euphine, Ravi. Yeah, so all the Moonlight ones he doesn't have. Kairon, Assyria, Yuna. Well, Yuna's kind of like, you know, free, I guess. Says, Haste, Taiwan, Ken, Araminta, Chloe, Tenebria, Basar, Luna, which I'm pretty sure he's gonna get no matter what when she's released. Ludwig, or Ludwig. I would suppose it's Ludwig because it sounds German. Krau, Bologna, Sigret, Diane, Zeno. Well, he's already got, of course. Alberta Vildred. Yeah, so he doesn't have the Moonlight ones. This is Nilgal is not released on global yet, so Spectre Tenebria. Well, he does have one Moonlight one, so he literally has all the 5-star units, and he has multiples of them. So you could tell he's not exactly F2P for you to play. He has all the 4-stars, almost all the 4-star. Wait, you don't have Walter Scurry? I thought you had Walter Scurry. I know he wants Shadow Rose. That's like his #1 want. I think that's #1 want for everyone in terms of Moonlight. She is so good. Even in PvE, she's really good. You don't have Axeman? I am surprised. I'm surprised you don't have Axeman. I don't have him either, but I'm just surprised though. Okay, so right. So yeah, he has a lot. I mean, 100 out of 122 heroes. It's a lot. You have Celeste. Terra has like 6 or 7 Celeste and like 5 Wandas, 4 Elsins, like 3 or 4 Lorenas too. Oh man. Okay, so let's take a look at the gear. That's what I wanted to do. So this video is really casual. Let's take a look at it. I think C Dominio right now is probably his most invested unit. I don't know her that well, but he has been telling me about her, so I kind of got the gist. Basically, he could do like a ton of damage with her if properly set up turn rotations with like buffs and breaks. Like I don't know, as insane as like high as like 30,000, maybe 40,000 damage with critical hit. Oh yeah, okay. Terra wanted to mention this. Don't invest in the S2. So Terra tried to submit a ticket to Smilegate to ask if they could refund the Malagora and the items used for his S2. The reason is because the reading of it doesn't make sense. So let me read this out loud. And he asked me this too, and I read it, and I assumed it was one thing, but it actually wasn't. So it says, when an ally makes a critical hit, the caster's next attack deals stacked additional damage proportional to the number of critical hits and their combat readiness increased by 10% per critical hit. And it says skill enhances +5 additional damage, +5 additional damage, +5 additional damage, +5 additional damage. So right there, just 20%. So you would think, by the reading of this, at least for me and Terra too, that's why he made the mistake for investing in this, is that there's an additional 20% in the skill enhance, so it makes a 30% critical hit. But what it is actually 10% compounding the 5%. So you're actually only making like, I don't know, like 5% of the 10%. So you're only making a total of 20% of the 10%, which is what? Like 2? No, less than that. It's like 0.2%. No, no. So Orchi Membru just said this on stream. So anyone who does a crit before Dom's next turn will do 30% more critical damage total. But that's not the case. Right? No. That's not the case. Yeah. Ruby says it's 12%. But no, but the 5% additional damage is not additive. So it doesn't add to 20%. It's Terror, you have to speak on this. I think Terror asked another Epic 7 content creator, like one that's like long term. And it would be like 10% and then plus 5%. So 5% of the 10%, and then 5% of the 10%, and then 5% of the 10%. So it's not total 20% of the 10%. So it becomes like really nothing. Okay, so Terra says, so you get a damage boost percent per critical hit. The 5% skill enhance is not 5% of your total damage. Okay, so so yes, the 10%. So basically, keeping it at not even S1, not even +1, would still benefit you just as much as the skill enhance. So Chira is saying that, but that figure is not realized in the actual attack. So the damage output. Hey, the Tweaks man, welcome to stream. So it's a bit confusing. So Tira's argument was like he submitted a ticket saying that, well, you should get a refund because it's kind of misleading. So Tira made a good point for like in gacha games, like technically, if you're kind of like misrepresenting or kind of like, it's basically not selling you what you're buying basically. Yeah, so Tira says it's like 0.2% attack if you count it as a total. So because it's the 5% of the 10%, so per upgrade, right? So 0.2, so it's 10.08% if you count the total for how much he's in enhanced. I think that's how it works. But regardless, regardless how you do the calculations, it's not as much as you think, right? So it looks like it is a 30% total critical hit, but it isn't. It is a bit weird. So yeah, when Tara was enhancing it, he was telling me throughout, like we were talking on Discord. So my Discord's quite active. We like talk about Epic 7 all the time. He's like telling me, he's like, hey man, like I'm doing this. There's something wrong here. And so therefore, that's why he went out and seeked the other content creators, who he says like one of them uses C Dominion like all the time. So he asked him specifically, and that content creator said, yeah, pretty much like you're not getting any more damage out of it. So don't enhance it. Don't even +1 it. Yes, exactly, Angelo Augusta. So that was the argument that Tara was saying, that it feels like they're trying to dupe you. I said deuce you. Technically, they're trying to deuce you as well, but they're trying to dupe you. So like you're because the Malagora seeds are really hard. Actually, you know what? Like let's see the resources needed in the skill enhance. I'm not gonna skill enhance. Don't worry, Tara. But I want to see the actual resources needed for her S2. Obviously, I think by +4, you actually get into the Malagora Go. Yeah. Okay, so he went with 1. So obviously, good thing you didn't go for the other one, right? That requires Epic Catalyst. So yeah, it's quite similar in terms of requirements for 5 enhanceable skills. Okay, so alright, so Terror says that he told me, so that content creator, it's 0.25 additional attack per +1 on S2. Which ends up being really nothing. So at the end, if that's per +1, so you have 1 additional, so you have 11% per critical hit by ally. So yeah, it's not too much. You're not gonna see a big difference. It's like better to save those Malagora seeds on other units. It comes a long way if you spend on other units. Like, okay, so one thing to note is his gear. So these are his stats. To me they're mind blowing. Now he has C Dominio here has low CP, but I think it's because of the critical hit chance is low. But if you use C Dominio properly, you don't need a critical hit chance because she critical hit chance buffs, right? So I mean that's part of the thing here. I think it's S3. Yeah, so increasing critical hit rate of all allies for 3 turns, combat range by 14%. And the caster granted an extra turn. The critical hit chance, the buff is apparently 50% exact. So as long as you're above 50%, you get 100%. So he has that 101% right now. You max your S3 on Dom, says Ochimembru. On C Dom or regular Dominio? So combat readiness 2-2, which is good. It does a push, but I don't know. Terror, would you ever think of plus 5ing this? So total 10 extra, so 24% combat readiness. I don't know if there's a need to, I suppose, but the cooldown is definitely the major one. Now Terror says nah. Okay, and so you also have Kaladra. So if the enemy is debuff, increase damage by 28%. Yeah. So if I remember correctly, so Terror usually runs a break for before Dominion and the buff. So he would do additional 28% damage on top of his crit. I think the artifact additional damage comes after the crit damage. So it should be not the base attack damage. So it should come like at the full damage and then plus the artifact damage. I think that's the formula. Which if you do the math, then that's incredibly strong. He has... Right, so he didn't complete a set here. I remember him telling me this. He was going for the main stat and the substats. That's all he cared about for C-Dom. He didn't care about... He didn't need to complete a critical hit chance set because of the buff, of course. And he has a really good destruction set. So... Ah, man, I really need something like this. Did you craft these ones? Or is this a drop? Did you craft any of them? Or are they Banshee drops? That's really good, actually. Critical hit damage, 18%. 12% attack. We're looking at the helmet here, of course. Speed 7. And always nice to have some speed. It's a craft? Okay. And Banshees. Okay. Yeah, he's been hunting Banshee a lot. He's been, like, converting pretty much all his units to be destruction set. Which I do think is probably the late game. Like, that's what you should really be focusing on. Destruction set, if you could get some really good base stats on your rings for critical hit chance and on your boots and stuff. Attack 50. Yeah, so this is what I need. I really need something like this. Critical hit chance at 11%. Oh, critical hit damage, rather. And 18% attack. They're perfect. These are perfect for your C Dominio. Does she need effectiveness by any chance? No, I don't think I read anything that needs it. Yeah, no, it's all no debuffs. So yeah, she doesn't need effectiveness. So that's really good. This is from Labyrinth, correct? Okay, yeah, he just said from and Labyrinth. Yeah, I think this is from Labyrinth. I kind of see this here. I've seen this before. Effectiveness 7 and critical chance 8. Oh, that's perfect. Critical chance 8. It just got you enough to get that 51% critical hit chance. But then 50% critical hit damage. That's awesome. 300%. So 3 times the amount of damage you output. And she'll get a critical chance no matter what. Or a critical hit. Let's take a look at the boots here. So 60% main stat. And this is the best you can get in terms of main stat for attack. Speed 2, critical damage another 14. Oh yeah, I think I remember. Correct. Terra showed me a screenshot of this, and he was just saying that dang it, rolled all into effect resistance. But then he kind of said like, well, effect resistance is really important. But I think arguably he would want her to have a higher critical hit damage in this roll. But still, no one's gonna argue that this is pretty decent gear here. So yeah, that effect resist. This is not the first boot or first piece of equipment that has rolled really high effect resist on Terror. I don't know if you have other really high resist gear on your other units here, but oh wow. Okay, so I just scrolled up to Vildred, not meaning to like really look at it, but look at that. 88% critical hit chance. That's really good. Arguably, you just want like 85 to like the 100% critical hit chance, and you're gonna proc it a lot. But 3,800 attack. What is going on here? Wow. 60%. This must be a secret shop, of course. Oh no, this is Abyss. Abyss set. Nice. 40%, 45% for a critical hit set. 45% critical hit or attack. Boot is at 50%. I think by now Terror has finished Abyss 80, so I'm curious where his other T6 stuff is gone. But this is pretty good, and I don't think he uses Vildred other than PvP and farming. Cartuja, let's take a look at it. Yeah, so Bazilla asks, is it on Cartuja? Let's take a look at Cartuja here. Oh, he's ungeared. Oops. Oh man, there's so much we could discuss. This video could be like an hour long if I wanted it to be. I want to talk about Kayron because I think Kayron is more PvP right now. I think Terror is, maybe we could talk about a PvP, his PvP party in the future. I want to kind of talk about like PvE. I think he's using Bologna for PvE right now. So alright, so level 60. What do you have for stat? Oh, is not enhanced. Are you just choosing not to enhance her because you're using her for HP damage and maybe just breaks? Okay, so Terror says, I think Clarissa and Haste. Okay, take a look at Haste and Clarissa maybe. Okay, cool. Okay, so if he doesn't feel like there's nothing to show here, I guess I think how he's been setting up Bologna is to just break defense and benefit from her HP attack in her S1. I think it seems like you just threw together like secondary gear here. I don't notice anything super notable. What? Oh, this is a 51. I see. Okay, I was looking at the subsets. I'm like, how is this so low? Okay, yeah. So you're not really ready for her yet. Got it. Cool. All right, let's move on. Let's go Haste. So he says Haste here. Haste, 3,100 attack with 100% critical hit chance, 54 effectiveness. Really good for that bleed, and that 3,100 attack. I don't know what that translates to on the bleed, like the bleed damage. He was saying something like 4k bleed damage in PvP, 100% critical hit chance, and he's got lifesteal set. So yeah, that's really important to know that this is a lifesteal set, not even the completed T6 set. So he's got 50% attack there. The speed is really fast actually for his build. So I'm gonna take a look here. He's got RNL, which is an artifact I'm hoping to get in the future. Hopefully, I don't have one yet. RNL is really good on haste because you definitely want to have a chance to use his S3 and then S2 maybe, or something combined there. Dust Devil really work on haste as well. RNL is definitely the choice there. Let's see, 24% attack, really good roll on this sword, dude. The T5 set in the Abyss. Speed is 7, so that's really beneficial. Actually, what else is there? Critical hit chance, but he has 100%, so that doesn't matter. Helmet, the T6 helmet, Abyss drop, 19% roll here. Wow, 15% critical hit chance, and a 4 speed. I think that's base. I don't think you rolled anything into that. T5 something. This is dropped from Wyvern, I think, or crafted from Wyvern. Speed 4, effect resistance, and effectiveness is 16, and critical damage is 11. I think you would maybe opt for more attack over critical hit damage, because I think how Terror's building him is trying to lean on the bleed proc. Inflict up to 3 bleed, so I mean that's really good, and another inflicting more bleed with his S1. Oh yeah, he really needs that bleed, so yeah, effectiveness and probably attack is the most important. You need 55% effectiveness, that's what he says there. Yeah, bleed skills off attack. So yeah, 40% chance is pretty good actually. I need to get more of these necklaces in my secret shop. I'm running out of critical hit chance equipment. Defense 12. Okay, so arguably the substats are pretty bad. I mean defense 12% or whatever, you can't complain. Critical damage 5, attack 5, and you can't complain with it. But a 40% critical hit damage, or sorry, critical hit chance is really important there. See the roll here, 22% critical effectiveness. Oh, sorry, effectiveness is really good. That's really good. And with your build right now, you wouldn't have benefited from a critical hit chance. 8,500 health, that's good. The T6 boot, 60% attack, health is 13, critical chance 11, and effectiveness at 10%. 2 speed, and that's the base. Oh, that's good, man. Definitely good. Let's see here. Turn 10% more effect chance, which he wouldn't need for his S3 in his current build. So I think you're pretty much done with your haste, right? There's not much you can push unless you can get some equivalent equipment with like more attack, pretty much. 15% healing. Arguably, I think you wouldn't even need to invest in more S2. 10% more damage, but you're really leaning on the bleed. You want to max the S2, then go back to S3. Okay, so you are going to invest in him. Cool. I mean, plus another 15%. That's the 30% healing. If they're bleeding, that's 80% heal. Is the heal based on damage dealt? Let's see, recovers health with all allies proportional. Yeah, proportional to damage dealt. Okay, so it's proportional. It's not a 1-to-1. So you're not gonna be like do 40k damage and then heal 40k. There's a ratio there. Okay, got it. But of course, an additional 80% is closer to that ratio there. The modifier for S2 is high too. The damage mod, I see. Okay, so yeah, if you get that 10% damage, 15%. So additional 20. 30%. Alright, so he said look at haste and who else? Maybe we could finish off here. Oh, Clarissa. Clarissa is one I really want for a cleave team in PvP. I think he recently invested in Clarissa because I recently heard him talk about it. Sigurd's Scythe. Is there a reason you're not using, let's say, Uber's Tooth on her? Or is she built for PvP or PvE right now? I would assume this is PvE. Yeah, but if you go with yeah, it's an SSS Clarissa too. So attack 8.4. Oh, Ubir's Tooth is the only single target. I see. Never mind. So does Sigurd's Scythe have high base attack, I guess? I'm just trying to like see like if you're using her for PvP, arguably the round should be over when she goes, so you wouldn't need the heal. Oh, I see, for Banshee. Alright, okay, so you are using her for PvE too. Okay, I see. Does more damage as your health decreases, right? Okay. Let's take a look. Stats. 3,000 attack, 79% critical hit chance. Well, 189% critical hit damage. It's very solid, very solid. Let me see what you have right now, and I think I'll be able to see what you want to get. Oh, okay, yeah, he said Sid too. Okay, yeah, so if you guys on YouTube for the recording, if you guys are on YouTube and you actually watch my videos, you know I use Sid a lot. So I'm gonna look at Terra's Sid. He does a lot of damage, so I want to see why. Okay, so attack here, attack 14, speed 5. This is the free hat that we got with the event during the holidays. Attack 15. Oh, you rolled a pretty good one. Effectiveness is good on her too because she could cause bleed. So 58% chance effectiveness. Bleeding there. Enraged because really crazy. and then decreased defense, 35% chance. So yeah, I mean it's good. I mean if you're gonna use her S1, you may as well defense break. Having that 58% effectiveness is great. I am amazed that she has an attack set, but you have units with lifesteal sets that has more attack. We'll take a look at the base stats. That's probably the reason, and that's the difference. Critical hit chance 35%, not bad. I wish I have this. I need a critical hit chance stat on attack set necklace. Attack 4%. I think you could have got a bit better there. 40% attack on it. Nice. Critical hit chance of 13%. Critical damage of 13%. Effectiveness 10. 8 health. She has pretty decent health, but she is a warrior. I think she has pretty decent base health to work off of. 30% chance speed. Oh, I see you chose speed. 30 speed. Effectiveness. Okay, so I think if anything, you would probably want a better boot and maybe a better ring. I think you got a lot of space for improvement, and maybe even this. Maybe even the armor. I think that's probably what you would hunt for if you were gonna actually get her. Okay, so let's take a look at Sid here, and I think I'll end the video here. I think this has been really fun. Ooh, you're using Aliha's knife. Is that the reason why you did so much damage? So before I started streaming, before I started making the content for today, Tara showed me an image. No break on his S3, he did 25,000 damage, critical hit damage to a Kisei in the arena. Was he buffed? Okay, he's buffed. No, he doesn't even have attack buff. Oh, he does have attack buff. Never mind. Sorry, he does have attack buff. But okay, Tara is trying to rub it in my face. He says this is spare gear. Okay, this is spare gear. He has 261 critical hit damage, where my Sid in reference has 185. I think 185 critical hit damage. I have about 2,800 attack, but I think there's a formula out there that weighs critical hit damage versus how much attack you should have, and you'll be able to balance out. But basically, I think what Tara has, 2,400 attack for 261 critical hit damage, would still output more damage than me, just taking those into account, not with skill enhancements, not with even the artifact. 171 speed, so compared to my Sid, I have 175. That's really good, and 60% critical hit chance, but I think he's leveraging off a C Dom's buff, so he'll have 100% critical hit chance no matter what, where my Sid is at only I can't remember off the top of my head, like 80 something, 90, no, maybe 90. I'm not there. I missed my 100% critical hit. Oh, wait, Sid didn't have the attack buff, but Clarissa did? Ah, man. Okay, so he did 25,000 damage. On average, if I do a critical hit with a buff, attack buff, I do about 14,000 damage to something like Kisei. Obviously, we don't know the defense on that Kisei, but no. Oh, sorry. Okay, with the stream delay and me rambling on, he says Clarissa has the spear gear, not Sid, but Sid has the attack buff. Oof. Feels bad, man. Oh, man. T6. Oh, okay. This can make a big difference on my Sid. I wish I can pull up both accounts right now and do some split screen thing, but it wouldn't fit on my streaming screen here. I wish I could do a split comparison for the build, because this is really great. This is a epic. So you have a 300%. This is as good as it can get. 300 attack base stat there. Like I said, having a base weapon with high attack makes a huge difference. If you have like a T4 heroic, you get about like 180. So you're almost getting double the attack here, which can make a huge difference. Now, from what I know, the attack percent from any substats or any base stance attack percentage is calculated based off the base stat after awakenings. So it's like it wouldn't affect this. Like, so 300% base stat on this weapon wouldn't affect the 12% attack. It'd be added after the 12%, the percentage modifiers. Let's see here. This is a pretty good one too. I think this is crafted. T6, critical hit, attack 5%. Yeah, okay, so gear-wise, you could do so much damage already, but gear-wise, I think you could do so much better already, just based on what I see here. I mean, 10% critical hit damage is not bad, but he has a destruction set. This is, I think, the key. Let's see what his boot is. 30%, oh, sorry, 30 speed, 26 attack. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. You can do... Oh, this is solid. No, this would never change. This would never leave your Sid. And it's not even plus 15 yet. So, whoa. Oh, I just realized it's a T6 heroic. Would this end up being 60%? No, right? 55%, right? No, it looks like it's gonna go be 60%. 60% critical hit damage. Yeah, it's plus 60. Oh man. Okay, so that's gonna be another 10, so you're gonna get more damage right there. 11% attack is really good. Effectiveness 8%. His effectiveness is low, but he's not relying on Sid to break, or defense debuff. Whereas my Sid, I have like a 30% effectiveness, because I rely on my Sid to break a lot. But also, I mean, it's not like I chose to do it. It's just that all my best gear rolled some effectiveness into it. That's why I have high effectiveness. 17% defense is really good. Actually, that's really good. 700 defense. Mine is like roughly about 600. So I think in terms of survivability, you have a better combo. I have about 8,000 HP, like just about 8,000, like 8,100, but like 600 defense. So in ratio, I think you should be able to tank better than I can. This is the Labby one. Critical hit chance 14, critical hit damage is 8. I think I just flipped yours here. I got more critical damage on this and less critical hit chance. Yeah, so I think if anything, if you want to build your Sid more, I think you would probably go run maybe the boot first as priority. Oh, no, never mind. No. You got 26% attack. It's solid. It's fine. It's fine. You have no room to really grow here. Maybe the helmet. That's really good. Oh, speed 11. I didn't even notice this. Oh man, Tara, I just noticed that you rolled a ton into flat health. That's I think you would have gotten anything else. You went with the distribution of gear. Oh, to make all your units good, not one. I see. That's also really good too. So how's Aliha's knife working for you here? Do you think this is the main contributor for your output damage? Because my S3 is plus 5 already too. Oh, SSS imprint, by the way. It's crit damage, right? It is. Okay. So yeah, I really do think it's the critical hit damage. It makes so much difference. He has like 80 more percent critical hit damage. I gotta work on some destruction gear soon. He says go to the backpack. That knife won't work for my arena, right? Because I don't do damage until Sid actually hits. Right, you're right. I'm thinking though here. I'm thinking that to have Bologna still. I want to try it out. I think Sid has really high damage potential. Okay, so he's telling me to go to the backpack and go to the equipped here. We're at a 34 run time right now. But I guess we could spare it. So is there anything you wanna? Okay, so I guess just overall, I don't think. Maybe in a future video we'll go through all of them. His DN is good too. Oh man, there's too many units to showcase. His DN is good. Is really good. He wanted to, I guess, have an overall view of his equipment. How spread out it is. His Assyria he is working on as well. I know. I don't know how good she is right now though. His Scurry is solid. He does what he needs to do. His Angelica is tanky, does what she needs to do. Okay, so if you're looking at the gear that he has, yeah, he has a ton of gear. Look at the percentages. Look at those base stats there. You can get a rough idea of what kind of equipment he's sporting. He says he hasn't really worked on Cecilia. So let's, yeah, for the 5 stars. I mean, sorry, for the 6 stars. I think that's what the major focus. His Cleary is decent too. A lot of equipment is not even maxed. And Terra knows what he's doing, so I'm not gonna even, you know, judge him on his substats and equipment selection. He knows exactly what he's doing. I'm gonna move up. I wanted to go for DN one more time. Since DN is such a meta breaking unit right now, I think it would be maybe the closing, my last unit I want to feature here. His DN. He did tell me to upgrade her beard. You have her at imprint A, dude. You sneaky. I thought you only had one of her. So 5.4% attack for the whole party. I mean, to have her to have that is still better than nothing. That's really good. Yeah, so Terra had been telling me to enhance her barrier, because that can actually make a huge difference in her terms of support. Right now I'm only at +3, so I think I will look into a Terra after I enhance a couple others that I'm working on right now. But I think I'll look into her barrier. And yeah, this is max, of course. So yeah, look at the stats. 197 speed. That in arena terms, that beats most like highest speed. So people who run like Falcon or Cleary, let's say they run like Judge Kisei or even Moonlight Rose, generally they are about 200 speed. But then if you factor in the RNG speed rule, they have to be about 21 more speed than Terror's DN, and I don't think DN is his fastest unit. Correct me if I'm wrong. They have to be at a 21 more speed in order to have no possible bad RNG roll to be behind his DN. So DN at 197 is extremely deadly, and the problem is, even if she doesn't go first, it doesn't really matter if they go first. But if she is alive, she'll lap most of the enemy's units. So she'll be able to keep up the buffs. She'll be able to keep up the barriers, which gets really annoying. And he has Rod almost at +30. Okay, so I see he's at 24. So he needs two more copies of it to limit break it to. So 21%. I mean, that's not low at all. Oh, 190. Wait. Right. Okay. So for his PvP team, he does have Scurry and Sid adding to the speed imprint. Okay. He says. Oh, so her final speed. Okay, so her final speed in arena is 223. Yeah, okay, so that's insanely fast. That's insanely fast. Because he has imprints too. He got these from this is the, what do they call it? The hell mode or yeah, hell mode on raids. He got this from the boss. This is really good. Look at that, speed 11. Health 13% and a 12% effect resistance. This is like no brainer. It goes to DN right there. This is a speed Abyss Drake. So crafted from Wyvern or dropped by Wyvern. Most likely crafted. That Wyvern drop to get a T6 epic is pretty low. 14% effectiveness. I guess it's for the speed and the base health here. I don't see anything that would really benefit. The 8 speed is nice to have there. This is from the Labyrinth to trade. 20% health, 14 defense, 4 speed. That's really good. Good rolls. I think everything else is actually like stock. He only rolled health and defense on this one. but it's plus 13, so he has one more roll. There's speed 6 here. This is not finished, but it has a 4% substat and a 26% defense. So arguably, if you do use it, it should be more beefy too. I mean, look at that, 1300 defense, 11,000 HP. I think you're running a bit low on HP in terms of, like, I guess, I don't know, but I mean the defense is good. It's just as long as you don't get a defense break, I think you're solid. I've seen like the ends up to like 14,000 health, but that doesn't matter if they have low defense. They still cut like in half like really easily. But I think, yeah, I think if you keep upgrading this, it might be good. Or you get a health set. Somehow you get a health set in the future. Health set with defense or health set with health set base stat to combine with your weapon here. I don't think this weapon is gonna leave you anytime soon. Oh, this is good. You plus 15 this. Defense 16%. I think it rolled proper for your healer too. 5 speed. This is also an event one. 15% defense. It's great all around. A 15% attack. Not ideal, but then at the same time, it's like you could actually swap this out for an attacker that needs a speed set too whenever you need it. So it's kind of nice to have that flexibility. Oh, anyways, wow. Okay. Oh, awakening. You're missing one awakening. So if you awaken this, I mean, you get more health, more base health. So that's good, and a 6% effect resist. So let me double check your stats here. Effect resistance. Yeah, that would help. That would help a lot. You push into the 30s, and then base health of 80. You don't have that much health you do have pretty good health multipliers here. Yeah, you gain some benefits for doing it. Are you planning to awaken her like as a priority, or maybe not? Like a lot of units are sharing these gold medals. Oh, sort of small sun badge. No catalyst. Nah, right? You're not chasing it? Okay. I just recently upgraded her. She never dies. I need a DN like that. Okay, whoa, okay, so he says she tanks the queen in the labyrinth, in the raid. Oh man, I need to get up there soon. I can't take on the queen yet. Alright, so I'm gonna end off this video here, and I will respectfully log out of Terra's account after this recording. So anyways, I'll end this here. If you guys have Discord, check out the Discord server, follow me on Twitter, and subscribe to YouTube if you haven't. As always, thank you guys for watching, and again, yeah, Terra, thank you for lending me your account. I think this is awesome to talk about, and for those who are watching the YouTube video, for them to actually see like what top tier. Well, Terra would say that he's not top tier yet. Like people show on Reddit and forums, like some of those Korean builds are insane. Like 4,000 attack, like Tenebria with like 100% crit and like 200 or 300% crit damage or something like that. Is insane. But either way, to us, so like I said, Terra's in our guild, and apparently we're getting guild wars soon, so we're hoping Terra will carry our guild. Anyways, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.